What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings video after Liverpool have drawn 2-2 with West Ham in London. Another frustrating game, seeing us go 1 goal behind, turn it round to go ahead, only to falter at the end with some lapsed defensive judgment, which see Mikel Antonio equalise, and us once again with more questions than answers. What happened on the sidelines with Salah and Klopp? I don't know at this moment in time, but I know it tells us one thing: all is not well behind the scenes. So I'm going to do what I always do, which is go through the players, the substitutes and the manager, giving them a score out of 10, asking you guys to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. Most importantly though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As you can see, we're closing in on 260,000 subscribers, and every single one of you guys really does make the world of difference. So as I said, I'm going to go through the players, give them a score out of 10, and I want you guys to let me know if you agree or disagree below. We wouldn't be here today, quite simply, without the support of our fantastic sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget that you or your loved one can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping, whether it's the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, featuring the new Lawnmower 5.0, the Weed Whacker 2.0, the 2 liquid formulations, the Shed Travel Bag, and the Boxer Briefs, and a few other goodies as well, or the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Our friends at Manscaped have got you covered. The new Lawnmower 5.0 is got the skin safe technology that you've become accustomed to from Manscaped. It has the brightest ever LED spotlight, it is waterproof, and it does everything that you need it to do without any grooming mishaps. Thank you again for your sponsorship of the channel, our friends at Manscaped, and you guys have been really great as well with using the code. If you want to get yourself something special, Anfield20 is the discount code. Scan the QR code, use the link in the description, QR code I should say. Right, let's get into it. Alisson. I felt like he had good and bad. More good than bad, but was a little bit hairy under the high ball. Dropped one, which led to a couple of West Ham chances. But all in all, look, Ali's not the reason why we're falling away at the end of the season. So I'm going to be reasonable with Alisson and give him a score of 6 out of 10. Next up is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I don't know. He's not great at right back. He has got some ability in the centre of the park, and I would say we're probably more likely to see him in there when Arne Slot comes in. But like every other player right now, no leadership out there, no fight, no spirit, and we capitulate. And Trent's part of that. He's the vice captain of the football club. I'm sure there are better days ahead for him, but right now I'm looking around that dressing room and just thinking, does anybody care? So with Trent, score of 5 out of 10. Jarell Quansah. So let Mikel Antonio peel off him for their second goal. Didn't have a look behind him. Naive defending. But again, he is a young man, and I thought he played okay today. I do. I think he played okay. But I can't look past that goal. You know, whether it's silliness or whether it's not a lack of ability, because we know he has it, but just not good enough there for that incident. I'm going to give him a score today of 5 out of 10. Our captain, I don't know what he's leading, what he's captaining. Again, a defence that if you score 2 goals away from home in the league, you should expect to win it. And we've been very critical of our forwards recently, them not doing the business in the final third. Well, today we scored 2. They scored 1 for us, but we had 2 goals. And we conceded 2 goals against a team that had an XG of something like 0.7. Our defence isn't good enough. And if he's the leader, you've got to question his leadership. So I think Virgil today deserves a fairly low score, and I'm going to give him a score of 4 because defensively we are just too easy to create chances against. Andy Robertson, collector's item for his goal. Always get endeavour and effort from him, but yet again, we just haven't been good enough defensively, and I can't keep talking about what Andy Robertson does in the final third of the pitch because ultimately he's a left back and we're giving up too many chances. The cross that I spoke about for Mikel Antonio to score the equaliser, Verge and Robbo had more chances to block that cross and to stop it even coming in, so it just isn't good enough all around. Robbo, I'm going to give a score today of 6 because he did score. That probably buys him an extra point. Next up, Endo. I actually thought he was okay. You know, he picked up the yellow card, which fair enough, was a yellow card. I would have kept him on. I thought that he was adding a lot to the game today. I thought that he was playing better than he had recently. And again, I would question the rationale of the changes. I don't think Endo deserved to get taken off. I'm going to give him a score today of 6 out of 10. I guess the big question about Wataru Endo is what's going to happen for his future. As much as I do think he has a part to play in the Liverpool squad, I do think we need to go out there and bring in another defensive midfielder as well. Alexis McAllister, it wasn't one of his better days today. I say that as a huge Alexis McAllister fan. He looked like he was frustrated at times there today, and he looked like he wanted to burst out crying at other times in frustration. Something's rotten in this group at the minute in the dressing room, and I don't know if they're on the beach because they know the manager's leaving, but I know that we need more. We need more fighting spirit. We need more effort. And this just isn't acceptable. What we're seeing there is not acceptable. I love McAllister and he will have better days ahead. But today I got to be honest and give him a score of 5. Ryan Gravenberch was your Anfield Agenda man of the match. I absolutely agree with that choice. I thought Ryan Gravenberch, he was a bit wasteful on occasion today, but all in all, I thought he was arriving late into the box on plenty of occasions, wasn't afraid to have a shot. I think it was one of his shots, if I'm not mistaken, that led to the corner that we scored from. And I think he deserves his place for the remainder of the campaign. I do. I think he was one of the few bright spots today. So for Gravenberch, I'm giving him a score of 8 because I think he played well. Next up, Harvey Elliott. I don't like him in the wide right position. I've said this for quite a while. I don't think he has the pace to take on players. He'll always give you effort, but I don't know where his position is. I don't know where it is at the moment. Is he going to be one of the number 10 on the RNA slot? I'm not sure. Today, though, he wasn't great. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't great. So I'm going to give him a score of 6 out of 10. Diaz, again, disagree with Klopp taking him off. I thought, yes, there was a couple of chances that he was unlucky with. He hit the post, he forced Areola into a couple of saves, and his shooting does need to be worked on. But he was direct, he was taking people on, he had the beating of the right back. I just don't agree with that substitution at all, to be honest with you. I think Lucho's one of the few players who, apart from that wastefulness, can hold his head somewhat high from his performances recently. So I'm going to give him a score of 7. Cody Gakpo, and again, congratulations to Cody and his wife on the birth of baby Samuel. I hope all is well, and I wish them many, many years of happiness. I thought he was decent today. He isn't a number 9. He isn't really a centre forward. Maybe we'll see him get more chances on the left for the last few games. Don't know what the future holds from under RNA slot. But I certainly think that Cody put in a decent shift today. With the week that he's had, of course, welcoming a new baby into the world and everything that goes along with that, we have to sometimes remember the human side of these players. So I'm going to be realistic today with Cody and give him a score of 7 out of 10. Salah. So look, I got to talk about the incident on the sideline, right? I don't know who's at fault. Jurgen certainly seemed to say the first thing, and then Salah wasn't letting it drop. And I don't really care who's to blame. It isn't a great look when you're having a pop at your manager. You bite your tongue, you go into the dressing room and you sort it out. But also, more importantly, his performances just haven't been up to it. He should be on the bench. I've got no issues with him being on the bench. And when he came into the game, he did look fairly bright at times. He did put a good ball across the front of the 6-yard box. Still don't understand how that wasn't a corner, by the way, when it was cleared. But ultimately, his time in the club looks like it's coming to its conclusion. And he's not going to win any more favours from people falling out with the manager when he's only got a few games to go with his Liverpool career. It doesn't look good. Again, don't know who started it, but it doesn't look good. Salah, I'm going to give a score of 5 out of 10. Darwin, where... I don't know. I just don't know what to say. Just, he was on the pitch. He was there. Other than that, nothing. He's not doing anything. He's not winning. He's not scoring. He's not... I don't know. I don't know what to do with him anymore. He's just like an excitable puppy that hasn't been house trained yet. I don't know what else to say. It's frustrating as hell, and I don't know what the answer is. So I'm just going to cut straight to it and give him a score of 4. Joe Gomez, look, what can you say? Brought into a position again. We just conceded to go 2-2. It's not his fault. We are where we are this season. Joe's been a very good servant and has filled in admirably on occasion this year. I don't want to go in on Joe today, not blaming him for this at all. So I'm going to give Joe a score of 5 because didn't really add much to the game either. And Dominic Szoboszlai, look, his form has concerned me. I fully expect him to turn it around in the longer term at the club, but something over the past couple of months hasn't looked right with him. Maybe we'll find out over the summer or something, I don't know. But today, I don't want him starting again. him and Jones, I don't want starting for the remainder of the campaign, if I'm being really honest with you. I'd rather give Bobby Clark, Ryan Gravenberch, other people opportunities. So Szoboszlai needs to pull his socks up, but I do think he'll come good, giving him a score of 5 for his little cameo today. And last, and one of the few times we're left to give Jurgen Klopp a score, it can't be a high one, can it? Because it doesn't seem to matter what team he puts out now. They're just not doing it for him. And it feels like time for a change has come. It's so sad that Klopp's last matches at the club are such a shambles as these have been, because he deserves better. He deserves a better send-off. He deserves better from the players. And maybe his words are just not having the same impact anymore. Yes, some of his selections at times have been frustrating. Yes, we may not have always agreed with the tactics, but ultimately he can only give his instruction. Then it's out to the players to go and do it. And it just has been failure all around. So for Jurgen, I'm going to give a score of 6 for today. And that's it with our player rating. So over to you guys now. Let us know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you again to our sponsors, Manscaped. I will be back tonight, if you're watching this early in the day, at 8:30 for another late night agenda, where we'll talk through the Arne Slot situation and, of course, go through what happened today as well. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget, 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20. Thank you, my friends. I'll catch up with you soon.